Hey everybody, and the saga continues. So let's just get right into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Robert, aka Mr. Dipper. Today we're just going to talk about what's been going on the past, 5 days now. All kinds of fun stuff. I'm going to talk about internet, cable, my lawnmower, all kinds of fun stuff. So let's start off with the biggest, the cable. So I've been endeavoring to stream live every day, and I learned Wednesday, Thursday last week that my internet is so slow, it's just preventing me from streaming live. In fact, I did a video about trying to stream live and video speeds and all this stuff and what you can do to simply fix this. Well, the simple thing is find a service that has faster internet for you. That's really the easiest thing. So I did. Here in Central Florida, Spectrum was the best opportunity. It's going to actually increase my speeds by 20%, which is going to be amazing. So this then begins the saga. So we called them Friday, signed up. They were coming for a Saturday install. So the guy shows up Saturday. He says, okay, everything looks great, but we need to get you a new line to the house. The line that's here is old. We need to get that updated. So I'm calling to schedule somebody to be here tomorrow to run you a line. Great. Awesome. So Sunday, that guy shows up. And for you to understand, they've got to run the line from the pole at the street over into my property, down the pole that's in my property, down to the ground, and then from the ground to my house. Okay? So the guy shows up Sunday, puts his ladder up on the pole, goes up with his little test meter, and it's showing that there's like 100 volts coming through the cable line. And there shouldn't be that kind of power coming through the cable line. And so he's not allowed to touch it. He's like, I can't do anything with this. You're going to have to call Duke Energy to come fix that. It's like, okay, great. Well, of course, it's Sunday. Unless it's an emergency, Duke Energy isn't available. So Monday morning, called Duke Energy, and they came right out. They were here within about an hour and a half. And he got up in his truck, went up there and tested everything and says, I'm not finding any power. But I regrounded it anyway, and hopefully that solves the problem. Awesome. So that was Monday. So then comes Tuesday. So Tuesday, Spectrum shows back up. Same guy as the first time, or the same guy as in Sunday. And so again, he puts his ladder up, pulls out his meter, 100 volts. No, I still can't touch it. So he calls his supervisor. His supervisor comes out. Now all along, everybody's been great. And I'm not completely frustrated. I do want this done. I do want to be streaming daily. But I get it. Everybody needs to be safe. Okay. So the supervisor shows up. He uses his tester. So a second one. Climbs up the ladder. 100 volts. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, well, look, guys. Duke Energy was here. They're not seeing anything. You're using your meters and you're seeing stuff. So we have to coordinate with the two of you guys being here at the same time so you guys can put your heads together and figure out what's going on. So I called Duke Energy. Said, guys, we still have a problem. So they sent out 2 trucks and 4 guys. And the supervisor gave me his phone number. So as soon as they showed up, I called the supervisor and he had 2 trucks show up. So now there's like 6 guys all sitting there kind of like this and doing this because the Duke Energy guys go up with a voltage meter, literally connect it, and there's nothing. Nothing at all. So then the cable guy gives the Duke Energy guy his tester and 100 volts. So they spent about an hour and a half or 2 hours doing all kinds of things. They ran new ground lines and tightened poles and lines and all this stuff. And nothing changed it. And they're like, well, this is obviously above our pay grade. I don't know what to do. And the cable guys was like, we can't touch it. And like, oh my gosh. So this morning, one of the line guys from Spectrum shows up in his bucket truck. Now, he's kind of up the chain, if you will, a little ways. And so he gets out there and he's got that same meter as well as the normal sort of voltage meter. And he gets up there and connects it and goes, I'm not seeing anything. I don't know what these guys are looking at. So then he begins to tell me the little tester that they use has 2 settings, micrometers or microvolts and regular volts. And if, of course, we test at microvolts at the house because there is a tiny little bit of power going through there because it has to power the equipment, but it's negligible, which is why they have a meter that reads microvolts. And so everybody prior must have had their meters set to microvolts, not regular volts. So the guy's like, well, I'm going to report all these numbers. They're great. You're ready to go. And so that is today, day 5. Still have slow internet. Still can't stream live. And we've rescheduled an install again for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So there will be a future update. Now, guys, if you guys have experienced anything like this at home, leave a comment. I want to hear about it, right? Am I the only person that this kind of stuff happens to, right? It can't be possible, right? 5 days just to try to get some cable in the house, right? Now, if you guys are watching this for the first time, look, hit the like and subscribe button. It's down there, all right? Become part of the Double Dipper family, all right? We love you guys. We want you to be part of the family, all right? I also mentioned lawnmower. So I actually live on a 2-acre piece of property. And so push mowing is kind of not an option. It's just too big of a property. It would take 3 days. So I've got a riding mower. Nothing special, just a little riding mower. We've had it for about, 10 years or so. And I was trying to cut the grass on Monday. And, well, it blew up. So in the midst of all of this, now I got to go buy a new mower. And so we're looking out there at new mowers and used mowers and different things like that. So, there's always challenges, guys, right? We're stuck at home because of the worldwide epidemic, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, going on. We're dealing with the trials and tribulations of that. I'm trying to get faster internet and the frustration of all of this. And my daughter gave birth a few weeks ago, and my parents and the grandparents, I should say, on both sides. Neither of them seen the baby because of the virus. We weren't allowed at the hospital. So they just all came over in the past couple days. So all this stuff is always going on. Now, a lot of people are just at home locked up. Is it just as hectic for you? Are you guys experiencing the same thing I am here? It's a bit challenging, to say the least, right? So again, leave some comments down there. I want to hear your stories too. All right. Now we're going to try to continue to put updates here. We're going to get to streaming. I promise you, one way or the other, we're going to get to streaming, and we're going to do all the things that I've promised I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be review Ecamm Live. I want to do it live. Elgato Stream Deck, which we're using. I found this cool website design, page-wise. We're going to be interviewing the CEO of that company. We're going to be doing all these things. So subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. And we'll be back tomorrow. All right? Until then, be safe.